Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my good friends. Let's see what's happening, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Rams here in early September? Let's start the month off right. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little gander at? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries, the Rams. What do you got for us, my guides? Talk to me. What is happening? Let's get this first card out nice and quick. There we go. So Queen of Cups type of energy here. Now, of course, I'm not using a tarot deck. It's an oracle, but all the symbolism that's connected with this card is Queen of Cups-esque to me. Now, this could be very, very beautiful, but big water sign energy right here in the front, which can be emotional. And we'll get down to the full detail of it. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card in depth. Now, for a portion of it, yeah, it's not gender specific. This could just be a prominent water sign you're connected to where their energy is being highlighted. But I love the Queen of Cups. To me, this energy, as with all queens, represents the internal aspect of the suit. And this is a card of love. It's a card of emotion. It's very affectionate. It's extremely creative. So for some Aries out there, you might have that little imagination, creativity bug going. Spirit might be wanting you to create something. Throw your energy out there, and it could be anything, whether it's art or writing. You might need to express yourself when this card shows up. Now, when we're looking at the challenging aspects of the Queen of Cups, sometimes it can represent very, very intense emotions. And as an Aries myself, I know we're pretty intense individuals for the most part. We can be chill, but this could be a very strong emotional intensity. So just know in this time, you might be feeling things a little deeper than you normally might with this Queen of Cups. But again, very affectionate, loving energy too. So it's not all a challenge. So we're just going to put her down right there. She could keep chilling by the water with the fish. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Rams, my guides. Talk to me. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Surprising Return. Now, keep in mind that energy could still bleed over for a couple of weeks. And it was something I saw earlier in the year where various things could be returning, popping back up, whether it's situations you thought you dealt with, whether it's individuals you have history with. It's just like things coming back out of nowhere that might need to be addressed. So keep in mind that might show up. But yeah, let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards to start. What do we have for the Aries collective early September? My guides, what's happening? Very quick. There we are. Right off the jump, we have the Fool card showing up for us. That's one of our power cards, my friends. And I always like starting a reading off with this card. Okay, it's like it's hitting something with some optimism. It's quick, it's fast. So we're going to have to see. I mean, it's fire energy for sure, but we're comfortable with that, right? Let's get a couple more. What is going on? Thank you. Okay, we got the Knight of Cups. Very good. There's that water sign energy showing up once again. So one thing I'm noticing, especially with the Oracle card, now these 2 cards, a lot of people are starting to show up in this reading so far. Let's get one more. Thank you. Okay, so the back end could be a bit challenging. And the reason I'm saying that is because the front end, the energy is just beautiful. It's lovely, smooth. And when we get to the 5 of Pentacles, and we also have the 5 of Swords here as a bonus, this is something we might want to watch out for. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have a nice mixture of elements. We have every single element out showing itself. So these could be different areas of life. So there might be really good things going on in one area, some challenges in another. We got fire, water, earth, air as the bonus. So we're going to have to see how this all pieces together. It doesn't feel scattered to me, but I am picking up a lot of different energies that could be affecting the Aries collective in this time. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we're starting with the Fool card. Lovely. As I already mentioned, this is Aries energy. Aries, the first zodiac sign in the wheel. The Fool, the very first tarot card in the major arcana. This card, in my simplistic style, it could just tell us something that's coming towards us, an action we might make, or something we might be feeling in this time, especially next to this emotional Knight of Cups. Now, the Fool card is usually very optimistic. It's an action card. It's fiery action. It's bounding off in a very specific direction. The positives of it, it's jovial. It's optimistic. It's feeling good. It's having a great time. And it just represents new cycles, new journeys, or direction you're headed in. When we get to the challenge, and you know me, I always have to give you both sides of the coin. The challenge of this Fool card, sometimes it could be spirit warning you about something, because always know that the Fool is about to walk off a cliff here. So there might be a little warning, especially with what we have here on the back end, and we'll see. We'll get down to all the detail. The Fool could be a little unpredictable, so it could represent surprising things, unexpected things, because this Fool, it's just going off energy, pretty much. Like, it's just going off, like, it's not planning things out, it's just going with the flow, and it's like not thinking things through in its challenging aspect. So we'll see. It doesn't have to even be that complicated. For our purposes, like I said, if it's not representing us, it could just be speaking about something starting quickly, starting with a boom. Moving to the center, we do have another action card. We have the Knight of Cups. Now, I love the Knight of Cups. It often shows up in love readings. And you know me, I don't say these readings are just love or just work. It could be a little mix of both. But whenever this shows up, I mean, if you're connected to a water sign, it's the second time they're showing up here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Knight of Cups is, again, an action card. It's moving a little slower than this Fool, but it's going in a certain direction. Silky smooth, easy flowing type of energy. If this represents a person, Prince Charming, someone that could be very good with their words, imaginative, a lot of the themes we saw with the Queen of Cups. So I usually take this as a positive, and it could represent deep emotional connection and love. Okay, so whether that's what someone's feeling for you or what you're feeling for somebody else, there's an intensity to it. And we've kind of been picking that up if this isn't a person. Now, when we get to the challenge of this Knight of Cups, sometimes it could be emotional suppression. Sometimes it represents somebody that can't quite handle emotions properly, or they're not handling them in the proper way. But we're not going to read it as a negative. We'll see what the clarifier says about it. I take it as a positive, because the way it's been making me feel, these first two cards, it's like, okay, yeah, we're rocking now. We're moving nice and smooth. So at the very least, I feel like there could be a certain area of life that's awesome, but there could also be some challenges, and life is like that. But when we get to the back end, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, watch your spending in this time with the Five of Pentacles. For some people, this could represent issues in career. This could represent monetary things. We're talking more earthly energy with the Five of Pentacles. But when we talk about the positives of it, it could be spirit like warning you, like, hey, Aries, make sure you're doing the right thing with your money, or make sure you're stocking up, saving up. But on an emotional sense, that's where we get to the big challenge of this. The Five of Pentacles could represent somebody feeling alone. This could represent isolation. Somebody that could be feeling abandoned sometimes as well. So it's something we're going to want to take a further look at. The good, positive, optimistic side of this card is that it represents a bump in the road. Yes, it could be a situation. Yes, it could be a problem, but it's not a final result. Okay, it's like a bump in the road. So we have this smooth energy moving over to that. Now, one thing I would like a lot of my beautiful Aries friends to watch out for, and even if you're cross-watching for an Aries, just know they might be a little more temperamental this upcoming week. We have the Five of Swords, which is the bonus. The bonus card to me is just another little footnote, shows us the shade of the energy. This card can be very aggressive and self-focused. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you need to put your priorities first in this time. Take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. The positives of this card represent that, doing what's right for you. But at the same time, this card could be quite aggressive. And I do say in the positive of it, there's a lot of determination to see something through, but this could be very combative. In its roughest sense, it could represent a selfish person that you might be connected to. It could represent fighting and aggression. So you see what I mean? We're starting super smooth here. Then on the back end, we have these double fives showing up. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aries. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Aries, please? Guides and Spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Fool card. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Fool time. Why is it here? Thank you. Star card. Yeah, moving in a good direction. So this really solidifies something that I was picking up. This could absolutely be huge wind-based type of energy. At the very least, if you're going through a tough time now, a problem or a situation that we might be seeing here on the back end, this is Spirit saying like, all right, everything's going to be okay, because the Star card is long-term success and prosperity. I love when it shows up here, especially under one of the Aries cards. Now, this is Aquarius energy showing up here with the Star. And intuitively to me, we're seeing like a big journey here. I know this is a weekly reading, but we have a card of starts, we have a card of happy endings and wish fulfillment, so it's great. For a lot of you, I don't feel like it's going to be a challenge to stay optimistic about a situation. And if you are going through any issues or problems that we might be seeing down the road, Spirit could be telling you to try your best to look at the silver lining of it, see what the positives are. And if you could stay in that mindset, you will get the best result. But to me, with the Fool and the Star card, like, this is good. This is a huge win of some kind. So we're starting with great energy and win-based energy. And I feel like we don't even need to really complicate it. So let's just leave it at that. I mean, it's at least starting good. Let's keep moving over, though. Big win-based energy here. Very claimable right there on the front end. So let's go in on that Knight of Cups, see what's up. Because we have good flowing action. So why is the Knight of Cups here? I really want to get over to that Five of Pentacles, though. So, thank you. Whoa. Okay. My friends, this is almost even better than what I was picking up here on the front end. We have the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth coming in with this Knight of Cups. Now, for a lot of you, this can be a very important talk or conversation that needs to be had, whether it's someone else that feels it or you feel like it needs to happen. When I see the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Swords, it's like, okay, we're going to have this conversation. We're going to be straight up about it. But it feels good. Now, for a lot of you, it's very important not to emotionally suppress things in this time. So if there's something bugging you, something that might be bothering you quite a bit, very important to speak it and release it, or speak it and just put it out there. And us Aries, we're not known to really bite our tongues, right? Like, we have a bit of a reputation that we say before we think. This is Spirit saying, all right, well, don't do that, but it's important to not suppress things. Don't feel like you have to hold back or bite your tongue here. If there's something that's getting under your skin, speak it. Because, yeah, this does feel like it could be a very important talk. However, both of these cards, this Knight of Cups and this Ace of Swords, are both cards of huge offers, big offers coming in. So whether you're about to make an offer towards somebody or someone's about to make one towards you, and I'm getting a lot of chit-chat, I'm getting a lot of chatter here. So if you're cross-watching for an Aries, this could be very good for communication. Ace of Swords, now in its harsher sense, yeah, sometimes it could be someone being a little mean, but I'm not picking that up. Not yet, at least. Okay, like, it's a very honest, straightforward type of energy here. It's like you could believe what this person's saying. So let's just keep it moving. Again, it could be an important talk or just a big offer, or both, right? And I feel like it's trustworthy. That's how it's come through to me. So let's keep moving over to the Five of Pentacles. A lot of chit-chat, a lot of talking. So let's see why the Five of Pentacles is here. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Five? What's going on here? Thank you. Okay, so triple fives here on the back end. Okay, so even though something is going to be going your way, it's like another area, and this does feel a little bit severed, where it's like, okay, yeah, this is good. This is good energy coming in. I see things improving. I see things getting better, but there's something lingering. It's lingering here. Okay, something, whether it's a problem or a situation you've been dealing with for a while, there's like, I don't want to say it's like a hangover. I mean, it could kind of be like a hangover where like something's happened or something's elapsed and this energy is just lingering in the mix. Now, does that mean it's going to be there forever? Absolutely not. Notice we have triple fives here. And one thing I want to say about that with the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Swords, these can be pretty challenging types of energies, and they represent change. Fives, when we look at the numerology of it, represent rapid change, very similar to a tower. So when we see them all back there, I feel like it's more hangover residual energy. So for a lot of you, it's more about like focusing where things are headed right now, as opposed to holding on to these things. And that's easier said than done, right? I'm not judging anybody for anything. But if that's not you, if that's not something emotionally hanging over on your end, there could be someone you are connected to. When we have this 3 combination right here, you see this person, the River of Tears, someone is quite upset. Someone is quite upset, where it's like, okay, this energy is doing good. It's right. It's cool. It's moving in a good direction. It's got everything prioritized. Whoever this is on the back end, it's looking rough and they're not quite happy. They could be upset, angry, or mad when we have this combination. So very potent right here on the back end. But yeah, let's go through and do a quick recap here, Aries. Okay, mostly it's good energy. Yes, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but let's go through and then we'll get into the shadow card. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the Fool card clarified by the Star. And to me, very good long-term prospects. Yes, it could be about keeping things in perspective and seeing the silver linings, but this is huge wind-based type of energy right in the front, leading us off. So it's like, okay, we're moving in a good direction. We're moving in the right way. Into the center, we have the Knight of Cups with the Ace of Swords in the upright, big cards of offers and communication. So whether it's a huge offer you're about to make or somebody else, can also be an important talk or conversation. Important not to suppress things in this time. You might need someone to talk to. Onto the back end, we have the 5 of Pentacles, clarified by the 5 of Cups in the upright, with the bonus card, the 5 of Swords right next to it, 555. So whether this is somebody that's in their feelings about something, still upset or angry, or whether it's like an emotional hangover you might still be grappling with, like there's something in the residual energy still, even though it's moving in a good direction. So yeah, please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into them further. Let's see what's in the shadows here. So let's get a good shuffle. What do we have, my guides? Talk to me. And yes, I always like to pull 1 shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you might need to take a look at. It's not always a bad thing, though. Sometimes a shadow card could be very good. So let's get you 1. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. Thank you. 7 of Cups. So it's kind of like bookending this whole entire reading, where we had the Queen of Cups in the very beginning. Now we're ending off with the 7 of Cups. Now this is a great card when it talks about paths opening up for you. So when this shows up as a shadow card, there could be some unseen paths or directions or opportunities coming your way. And it ties into what we see here in the center, which is really nice. Now, the one thing I will say, the challenging aspect of the 7 of Cups is it could be very daydreamy and thought-based. So I feel like it's very important to really pay attention to your mindset in this time, Aries, when we have the 7 of Cups, because it's very prone to overthinking something or being lost in a fantasy land, especially in the dark side. It doesn't feel like someone's purposely trying to escape into their own brain, but to me, it's spirit saying, like, listen, adjust your mindset. Your mindset about things could really dictate how other things move forward. Okay, so try your best to keep a positive mind state. Aside from that, there could be great opportunities coming up that you don't quite see yet. So Aries, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.